bargaining, were able to transition 270 contract workers to permanent status. They have been working with Firestone for contract for many years. We said, look, this is not good. We were also able to successfully negotiate with Firestone to say, look, now they honor the Decent Work Act we have. If you reach retirement age, you are supposed to go to Social Security for your benefit. But we're able to have the management of Firestone to agree that, look, when people work for many years, it's good to start them off with something. So we agree that when any Firestone workers, once the person gets retirement, reaches the retirement age and is retired, Firestone management will do 2 weeks pay for each year of service. It may not be in our law right now, but this was done through our negotiation with the Firestone management. And we hope that we'll be able to reach out and do this across the country with other companies that are operating in our country. But for specific day tomorrow program, that the launch we're going tomorrow, there's a prelude to it, is that we issue work permits based upon application. You send an application here and you say there's a mechanical engineer, a geologist, underground geologist that we have before, either the BMR team, Metal Steel, all of the most of the work permits that we process are for those sectors. And sometimes that's a possibility that you will tell us that you are a mechanical engineer and you receive work permit, but you might be doing something completely different than what you asked for, because we are convinced based upon the job you apply for. That's why we give you work permit. Because there's a provision under 45.1 of the Decent Work Act that the ministers will establish that the job you apply for cannot be, there are no suitable and qualified Liberians available to do the job. But if there are Liberians, we will definitely not grant you a work permit. Or in instances, we'll say, look, publicize the job. If no Liberian apply for it, then you come by, we'll give you your work permit. That has been the situation with us. So this time around, we have work permit out there in the hands of many other foreigners. We want to go out to verify some of these things out. Because sometimes, we get some feedback and say, oh, sometimes these people give you a wrong information and then they're doing completely different things. Somebody might might say they are manager of a store and rather they are actually a store boss or something like that. And once we go out beginning tomorrow and discover that you apply for work permit because you are a manager or you are some technician in a company, and we found out that work permit was obtained from us through misrepresentation or false presentation of material facts to us, then it gives us the opportunity, will give us the responsibility to react on those. If we require that, we'll have to cancel that work permit, we'll cancel the work permit. The fact that we'll have the immigration participating with us, it means if we cancel your work permit, we will definitely inform the police to say, well, look, the immigration will say, well, you have to cancel the resident permit and for them to leave. And we encourage, if one will make those kind of decisions, we encourage the company to look out for Liberians to occupy those positions. That's the whole essence of the exercise starting tomorrow. We'll be very diligent about it. We have some of our deputy ministers and assistant ministers involved. We have our Inspector General will be involved. The people from the alien registration will be involved, and it's going to be done orderly. That's why I think we put out the notice last week. We were running the announcement. We ran the announcement basically to be able to put people on notice that this is what we're going to start. And we're just asking the public to cooperate with our team. The team, we have 3 teams around Monrovia for the time, And then these teams will eventually go out to the different concession areas. So this is an information to all, not only those businesses around Monrovia, but businesses around the country. The concession areas will be, if we went to a concession area, we'll spend some time to make sure that we examine each work permit that we issue out. And I'd like to just let the public also know that some of the things we've done is, like for example, went to Beer Mountain. Beer Mountain has certain equipment that is being operated largely by Zambian and Turkish operators. They call them hand trucks. When we visited Beer Mountain at the time, they have only 15 Liberians driving that, and they have 15 Turkish drivers, Turkish and Zambian drivers. And we noticed that the Liberian drivers were getting like 650, but the foreign drivers were getting something like 2,500. We said, look, we want you to train more Liberians to drive this because it will bring them more income to Liberians, and a lot of things were happening for Liberians. So last week we received communication from Beer Mountain that they have 3 additional 5 Liberians to join the 50. So now we have 20 Liberians driving the main truck. This is an underground truck that goes underground, 30 minutes to go and 30 minutes to come, like an hour underground to bring the gold or whatever they take it for underground. And it's important for Liberians to be exercised to create an opportunity for more Liberians participation in our job market. Though we've done a lot to get Liberians on job with the different concession areas. Every time we visited any concession area, one of the concerns have been, look, what are you doing to get more Liberians at work? For example, when we visited Firestone recently and participated in their collective bargaining.
While complete agreement on every issue may be unrealistic, our collective strength will be measured by how effectively we come together to take decisive actions on matters that impact human lives and communities. Throughout this campaign, Liberia has presented its vision, a vision shaped by our resilience and driven by our unwavering dedication to multilateralism. We have pledged to be a steadfast advocate for conflict prevention, peacekeeping, and peace building, women, peace and security, youth, peace and security, and to explore the climate conflict nexus and the link to natural resources. Our national experiences forged through trials of war in the transformation gave us the lived experience of peace building, conflict resolution, and democratization. Our role in multilateralism since we sat around the table in 1945 when the United Nations was founded has taught us the immeasurable value of diplomacy and dialogue. Values we hope to bring to the deliberations of the Security Council. We do not seek a seat on the Security Council just to make the name for our country. That is why we would like to say, even though the name played around the table will be Liberia and the seat will be Africa's, our perspective will be global. Liberia remains committed to upholding the principles of the United Nations Charter and strengthening our partnerships with all nations of the world. We will encourage you to continue to engage constructively, to stand for peace and security, and to champion the voices of nations striving
for tomorrow, the whole country.
There are 5 countries that are to be elected. There you have their ambassadors receiving all the guests, all the countries that are standing with us. I mean, we've been struggling for 127 votes, which is the minimum. But from what I see here, the mandate is going to be huge. It's going to be popular, it's going to be overwhelming. So it's an honor for our country. And I mean, I'm just placed in a situation of thinking, so why was there even some kind of little division along the way? This is something that all of us should have just embraced because it's celebration of the country at large. So chatting with people who have read, have heard about Liberia, and they just telling me what they know about our country and how we are a great country. It's only us, or some of us, that don't see our country for what the rest of the world sees us.
Somebody sitting somewhere and is asking, how will an election of Liberia as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council change anything around? So what?
They're not part of the global community, right? The world is a global community. There's no institutional body that controls everything that happens in the world.
Organization 270 contract workers to permanent status. They have been working with Firestone for contract for many years. We said, look, this is not good. We were also able to successfully negotiate with Firestone to say, look, now they honor the Decent Work Act we have. If you reach retirement age, you are supposed to go to Social Security for your benefit. But we're able to have the management of Firestone to agree that, look, when people work for many years, it's good to start them off with something. So we agree that when any Firestone workers, one the person gets retirement, reaches the retirement age and is retired, Firestone management will do 2 weeks pay for each year of service. It may not be in our law right now, but this was done through our negotiation with the Firestone management. And we hope that we'll be able to reach out and do this across the country with other companies that are operating in our country. But for specific day tomorrow program, the launch we're doing tomorrow, which is a prelude to it, is that we issue work permits based upon application. You send an application here and you say there's a mechanical engineer, a geologist, underground geologist that we have before, either the BMR team, Metal Steel, all of the most of the work permits that we process are for those sectors. And sometimes there's a possibility that you tell us that you are a mechanical engineer and you receive work permit, but you might be doing something completely different than what you asked for, because we are convinced based upon the job you apply for. That's why we give you work permit. Because there's a provision under 45.1 of the Decent Work Act that the minister was established that the job you apply for cannot be, there are no suitable and qualified Liberians available to do the job. But if there are Liberians, we will definitely not grant you a work permit. Or in instances, we'll say, look, publicize the job. If no Liberian apply for it, then you come back, we'll give you your work permit. That has been the situation with us. So this time around, we have work permit out there in the hands of many other foreigners. We're going to go out to verify some of these things. Because sometimes, we get some feedback and say, oh, job. Sometimes these people give you wrong information and then they're doing completely different things. Somebody might say they are manager of a store and rather they are actually store boy or something like that. And once we go out beginning tomorrow and discover that you apply for work permit because you are a manager or you are some technician in a company, and we found out that work permit was obtained from us through misrepresentation or false presentation of material fact to us, then it gives us the opportunity, to give us the responsibility to react on those. If we require that we have to cancel that work permit, we'll cancel the work permit. The fact that we'll have the immigration participating with us, it means if we cancel your work permit, we will definitely inform the police to say, well, look, the immigration will say, well, you have to cancel the resident permit and for them to leave. And we encourage, if one who make those kind of decisions, we encourage the company to look out for Liberians to occupy those positions. That's the whole essence of the exercise starting tomorrow. We'll be very diligent about it. We have some of our deputy ministers and assistant ministers involved. We have our Inspector General will be involved, the people from the alien registration will be involved, and it's going to be done orderly. That's why I think we put out the notice last week. We were running the announcement. We ran the announcement basically to be able to put people on notice that this is what we're going to start. And we're just asking the public to cooperate with our team. The team, we have 3 teams around Monrovia for the time, and then these teams will eventually go out to the different concession areas. So this is an information to all, not only those businesses around Monrovia, but businesses around the country. The concession areas will be, if we went to a concession area, we'll spend some time to make sure that we examine each work permit that we issue out. And I'd like to just let the public also know that some of the things we've done is, like for example, went to Bear Mountain. Bear Mountain has certain equipment that is being operated largely by Zambian and Turkish operators. They call them man truck. When we visited Bear Mountain at the time, they have only 15 Liberians driving that, and they have 15 Turkish drivers, Turkish and Zambian drivers. And we noticed that the Liberian drivers were getting like 650, but the foreign drivers were getting something like 2,500. We said, look, we want you to train more Liberians to drive this because it will bring them more income to Liberians, and a lot of things will happen for Liberians. So last week we received communication from Bear Mountain that they have 3 additional 5 Liberians to join the 50. So now we have 20 Liberians driving the man truck. This is an underground truck that goes underground, 30 minutes to go and 30 minutes to come.
It must reaffirm our commitment to a rules-based international system. Our first test as a cohort will be our ability.
So it's an honor for our country, and I'm just in place in a situation of thinking as well, why was there even some kind of little division along the way? This is something that all of us should have just embraced because it's a celebration of what the country at Larry. You see me chatting with people who have read and heard about Liberia, and they just tell me what they know about our country and how we are a great country. It's only us, or some of us, I don't see our country for what the rest of the world sees us.
Somebody sitting somewhere and is asking, how will an election of Liberia as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council change anything around? So what?
Then they're not part of the global community, right? The world is a global community. There's no institutional body that controls everything that happens in the world, the United Nations. But even within the United Nations, there is a sector that is even more powerful than all the other branches of the UN. That's the Security Council. 193 countries, only 15 are qualified to be on the Security Council. Yes, you are a non-permanent member, but you own the table. You see all the countries here, you know what they hear? When you are seated on that table, they know you can do something for them. They reach out to you. You're going to see more bilateral engagement, more multilateral visits to the country, tourists coming into the country. So it has both political and economic benefit that the country can just export in a very positive way. Nobody cares we can't talk to you anything without the Security Council. For what? What are you talking to you for? You know, in bilateral relationship, you know how we get assistance? Rent, loan, etc. People will see the need to give your country more rent for more development projects because you want the Security Council. So it's just huge. For those who think that just when you elect them tomorrow, you will get better money in your head, it may not be so. But in 2 years, we've got a lot to leverage, Barry. It's just watch and see.
Are you optimistic we'll get the number of votes we need to get admitted?
We need 127, but I can tell you we'll have a massive...
Exclusive delight. It's a pleasant welcome today. Today is the 3rd of the 6th month of the year, and the year still stands at 2025. 06032025. Today's Tuesday, this 3rd day of the 6th month of the year, June, and we say a pleasant welcome. Don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda because it involves the majority, and those that come with equity must come with clean hands. As usual, I am your humble servant. I'm J. Nathaniel B. Va, just coming the ambassador And here today with Sak Kandu. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Liberia. And a pleasant welcome on today on this spectacular edition of the program. And the D-Days today as Liberia, after rallying chords of support to the non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council, today is the day. And we're going to involve Liberia with such a time. How many Liberians are in favor of this? How many Liberians, if today you had the opportunity, will vote in that favor? And today we will talk to the police director of Painesville, the PCP director, Director Marion Torborn, about some concerning issues within the city of Painesville. Another fact, there are concerns of alleged brutality, alleged confiscation of goods from marketeers in the Red Light Belt. And there are also some confused alleged allegations of confusions between Liberians as to the similarity of the uniform being used by the PCP and the LNP. We'll talk about that. We'll talk to him this afternoon sobre this matter as to what really are the issues behind such a process. And don't forget, Councillor Kupo Kra again has denied during a press conference yesterday issuing 8,000 work permits to foreign nationals. Remember, this issue came up when senators during a hearing process questioned as to the category of jobs given to those who receive work permits. And he was asked to appear today, as a matter of fact, the 3rd of June, on this edition, that means at the level of the Senate today, to show proof of categories of jobs given to non-Liberians. We see many thanks to all of you joining us today, this afternoon, and there are several issues on our menu loaded for today. It's good that we're informed about Liberia. Have you heard about Painesville City? Sometimes Painesville is a suburb east of Monrovia. And as a matter of fact, Monrovia is the administrative capital, the largest, and Painesville City is the largest city of Liberia. Fournette in 1982 is located on the Cape Montserrat Atlantic coast, and of the 2022 census had about 1,761,032 residents, home to about 33.5% of Liberia's total populations. Is largely urbanized metro areas, including Montserrado. And don't forget, Liberia, as a matter of fact, is officially the Republic of Liberia. It is a country on the west coast. It is bordered by Sierra Leone to the northwest, Guinea to its north, and the coast to its east, and the Atlantic Ocean to its south and southwest. It has a population of around 5.5 million and covers an area of 43,000 square miles. Painesville City is geographically larger than the city of Monrovia. It is expanded eastward along the Robertsfield Highway and northeastward beyond Red Light Market, one of the largest market areas in Liberia. Painesville City is often considered a part of the greater Monrovia area. It was the location of the Painesville Omega transmitter, the highest structure in Africa, until the tower demolitions in 2011. The Liberia Broadcasting System is also located in Painesville City. The Liberia Broadcasting System, or the LBS, is a state-owned radio and television network in Liberia, founded as a corporation in 1960. The network was owned and operated by the Rediffusion and the Rediffusion Unit in 1968. Until the management passed to the government of Liberia, the network began broadcasting televisions. The Liberia Judo Federation is based in Painesville City, and the Montserrado County School System Office is located in Painesville City and the Vocal Mission area. Painesville has several neighborhoods called communities by residents, which are notably their unique names. Some communities include housing estates and older settlements, while others are named after landmarks, major boulevards, roads, and other local leaders. Other streets are named after leaders. And among those are community, Dupont Road, ELW, Gobachop, Granger, Kennedy, Kennetown, Kingsley, Nizo, Parker Pete, the Pluffy, Police Academy, Rehab Market, Rehab Road, Peace Island, SD Cooper Road, Sunny Town, SD Boulevard, Stephen Tobert Estate, Wambo Town, GSA Road, Soul Clinic, Nathaniel Blama Community, FDA Community, Went Town, Morris Farm Community, and a lot more, just to name a few upon. Today is the 3rd of June. Today, the 3rd of June in 1969, the United States destroyer Frank E. Evans collided with the Australian aircraft carrier Melbourne in the South China Sea. About 73 United States seamen died on today. Today in 1943, Los Angeles clashes erupted between a U.S. serviceman and a Mexican-American youth wearing Zoot suit. The Zoot suit riots, as they became known, occurred during a period of heightened racial tensions in the country. Today, in 1943, in 1965, the Earth White emerged from the orbital spacecraft Gemini 4 and became the first American astronaut to walk in space. Today, the 3rd of June in 1965. Today, in 1985, the talk show Larry King Live debuted on CNN, and it became hugely popular in part because of King's easygoing interview started in 1985. 4 years after that, the Iranian Shah cleric Ruhollah Khomeini, who led the revolutions that overthrew Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi in 1979 and later served as Iranian ultimate political and religious authority, died today into Tehran in 1989, the 3rd of June. In 1992, a lawsuit brought before the High Court of Australia by the activist Eddie Koiki Moba was decided in favor of the Torres Strait Islander peoples and the Aboriginal people. The Mabo case established land rights for all indigenous peoples in Australia on today in 1992. The Mel Brooks musical, the producer starring Matthew Broderick and Nathaniel Ling, that is Nathan Ling, won a record-setting 12 Tony Awards in 2001. Montenegro Parliament declared the Republic independence, serving some 83 years of union with Serbia today in 2006. The American boxer and social activist Muhammad Ali Okasha Clay, who justified his self-proclaimed nickname the greatest by becoming arguably the most admired and dominant heavyweight boxer in the history of sports, died today in 2016 at the age of 74 on the 3rd of June. The pro-democracy protests into Tiananmen Square crashed by the Chinese military. On today, 1989, the Chinese government called in the military to pull down a pro-democracy demonstration carried out by more than 100,000 people into Tiananmen Square into Beijing, resulting in hundreds of deaths in history today. And today, Josephine Baker, a French entertainer, was born today on the 3rd of June in 1906 in St. Louis, Missouri. But she died at the age of 68 on the 12th of April in 1975 in Paris, France. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Today in history is a regular feature on our programs. We bring it to you for your listening pleasure. And many thanks to all of you. We are live on Cool Channel 2 on YouTube. You can go there and share our video and invite others to join you. We're also live on Facebook, Cool at the search handle, and you'll be live with us. We are encouraged to share the video and invite others to be a part. You can also place your comments, your suggestions and opinions. They'll be brought forth to the platform. And we're on www.knewsonline.com around the world. Good afternoon, 91.9 in Liberia. A pleasant welcome. I am Nathaniel. Be with us until 1:30. Good afternoon.
To lend her expertise Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lema Roberta Bowie, 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner, a proud citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I join my voice with that of the citizens of Liberia and our government to endorse our bid for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council. I believe that after 14 years of devastating civil war, a peace process that involved everyone, especially driven by women, 21 years of stability, several election cycles with peaceful transition, Liberia is uniquely positioned to lend her expertise to the Security Council, especially in a time where our world is deeply divided and polarized. It is my hope and prayer that our bid will be granted and that Liberia will join with other nations to bring our world closer to peace and bring our collective humanity to a place where the founding fathers of the UN wanted it to be, a people-centered world. Thank you, and God bless us all.
And imagine all of those heroes of Africa, heroes as a matter of fact, some of them are mentioned, but they are gone, and now they call to protect Ibrahim Traore upon, and Soweto is moving, is praying that not just a shadow of him can be touched upon. Protection of Africa, a unity that is called on today. As a matter of fact, Liberia is standing at the middle of such a process again, proving again Africa's solidarity and saying Africa among other nations will be privileged to be elected today. The core, the Liberia will be given the opportunity again to serve on the national, that is the United Nations Security Council again, and the candidacy led by the government of Liberia President, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, is not only strategic, a diplomatic one, but also a powerful statement that Liberia is ready to reassert itself on the global stage after decades of post-conflict rebuilding process. It's something they won't talk about that. And remember, the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first elected female head of state and the Nobel Peace Laureate, has been appointed as a special envoy for the campaign. Presence there in New York, lobbying global leaders and permanent representatives, bringing the graphic tides and unmatched diplomatic credibility is also now want to be left behind. And you know, some said it's late, better than never, but it's been an issue that has been always in the corridor. Former President, His Excellency George Emmanuel Weah, his endorsement, his endorsement gets to reflect a real national unity onto the international front upon. And a lot order, Lema Bowie, I saw this Deputy Speaker Thomas Penga Fala also weighing his own support to this thing. He said this is a national core upon and other Liberians. But it's going to be good today. We are fortunate opportunity to listen to you this afternoon upon. We'll talk about that today. Whether you support and we want to hear from you. If you support this, say yes. If you don't support it, say no. And just tell me why. If you say yes, why, no, why. We'll talk about that. But about 12:30, I'm going to talk with you today before I go to Cooper Crack issue. It's confusing, but it's good. It's like no, as a matter of fact. I want to talk to Director Melvin Torbert, Melvin Colette Torbert. He is the director of the PCP, as the Phoenix City Police, and there are some other issues to talk about. On today is good. Let's talk about Liberia, and most importantly, it's always an exquisite delight to talk about Painesville City. Remember, Painesville remained an alma mater. It was formerly Paine's War. Yeah. Some of you don't know that, but it's good that you hear me now. I will talk to Melvin, Director Torbert, on this issue. There are several issues upon Liberians, marketeers are alleging issues of this brutality, confiscation of goods, markets. Sometimes some of them cry tears and blood, and they are. As a matter of fact, there have been regulations given out. It will be good to talk to the director, and with this issue, a serious confusion matter has been up with some complaints from Liberians. Every time our people go to see, you see that navy blue or the black or some dark uniform that is being used by Liberian National Police, and similar to the PCP, that's the Painesville City Police upon. And some Liberians have raised this concern. So sometimes there are some things that will happen. They will say that the police, which one the police? And, you know, but Liberians are not quick to see the patches and things. Liberians have been off for several years, watching to see police names or whether this man have the police a badge or have the seal or the flag and all that. But I will talk to him this afternoon. We will hear from the House's Umba from this angle whether this is it. And I will ask him a question as to whether the act that created the Painesville City Police, is there any specific issues there that determine the kind of or the color of uniform? If you see Monrovia City, if you match Monrovia City and the National Police, Monrovia City Police and the National Police, there you see that big difference that you clearly identify who is a National Police officer or who is a Painesville City Police. And even if one of them would just have to travel to Painesville City, you see him right now and identify him. But some are saying it's been a better difficult means to see Painesville City Police. But I will talk to Director Torba this afternoon. It's good. We'll talk about this. It's important. This afternoon, I hope that he will pick up. He consented that we talk about it. It's important for the people of Liberia and especially Painesville City at large. And as soon as I get on the line, we will certainly bring him forth on today. But it's great. Thank you for joining us. After that, we'll talk about Councillor Cooper Crowd. We'll get another news. He's calling up for some process upon the Labour Ministry, and it's so strange that, and for asking whether he's coming to the position he never knew that these things would have been done, or is it because the House called him and said we need? Okay, I got the top on the line with me. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You getting me?
Hello?
Okay, yeah. Good afternoon. You on the line, you're live with us on the radio, and you are live with me on the radio this afternoon, Director Torba, and I want to appreciate you for taking your time to do this national issue or municipal issue this afternoon. First, let's talk about this. Let me say, how are you doing? Director Torba, how are you doing? Okay, thank you. Let me ask you first, Director Torba. There's this allegation, I don't know whether you have reached your office, marketeers have complained over and over with the unbecoming behavior of some of your officers, that they confiscate their markets, alleged issue of brutality upon. So we'd like to talk about this. Have this reached your office?
You know, I might always make a storage on people, and then as you go on the same, whether it can be true. The being alleged, I have not received any information on such at my office.
Okay, saying that you have not received this information, the marketers are alleged on that issue, but you say it's alleged yet. Director, this issue that also being alleged upon, we want to ask you about the kind of uniform. Citizens have complained that they are confused. Sometimes they allege that it is the police, and the police also saying from their end that they are not just the one always to act, but because these regalia that are being used by the PCP are similar to theirs. Have you really talked about this? Is there anything in the act that distinguishes whether to wear the same uniform or there's a specific color of uniform to be used?
Let me say this, to give this out.
Yeah.
The uniform of National Police is very blue.
Okay.
Unlike us are using back, we are different from them in the sense that we have a badge, the flag, the name tag, and the PCP rating on. We are not wearing police uniform. We are wearing black uniform. Black uniform, EA you said, PSP you said, our people use, but the difference on the uniform is the badge. The flag remains the same. Our name on our shirt at the front, and then we have on the book. So people that are saying that they're wearing police uniform, people wearing police uniform, they are not reading. They lost. The official uniform have been legislated official police. No uniform. My uniform is operational uniform. I have not been legislated for special unit to use it. Until the national legislature comes for that, they will know what we're doing. When we are working, we are different from them. And so this, ECP will have the value to close otherwise. The management tells us what to do.
Okay. Thank you, Director Toba. Thank you for speaking to those concerns. If those allegations reach out to you, please don't hesitate to inform us that they have reached your decks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. He said that uniform is different, and Liberians should be reading upon. And if, on the other hand, I was thinking if he mentioned the official uniform of the National Police should be navy blue, and if they're not using navy blue, using black, and we're asking who's causing this confusion, who's doing this. This is so serious, but it's important that we ask him to address that. He said this have not reached the issue of confiscation of markets, PCP brutality. He said it has not reached his office, so we hear there from the House's own mouth. But Mr. Welcome, thanks for joining us today on this edition of the program, and we are asking you to please share our video and invite others to join us. On yesterday there was a press conference held. The Labour Minister has denied allegations. We hear a report allegedly that his ministry issued 8,000 work permits to foreign nationals for jobs that Liberians are capable of doing. He said no. You know, remember this thing came about when the Montreal County Senator Abraham Darius Dillon accused the minister of providing work opportunity to foreigners at the expense of qualified Liberians. He mentioned there are some jobs in the informal sector that are exclusively for Liberians, but these were allegations that these jobs will be given out. And he said that the government, through the Ministry of Labor, will institute a nationwide audit on work permits to all businesses and construction areas. And this is determined in whether foreign nationals or foreign employees are working in compliance with the rules specified to them. And I'm asking, if they are caught in jobs that should be for Liberians, how did they get it? Were there the issue of scrutiny done to know the kind of jobs they will apply for, they are applying for? And this is serious. Remember, Liberians have cried over and over. Concession areas. There are jobs that are exclusively for Liberians. These jobs are given to foreign nationals. Especially jobs in the informal sector. Even when there are jobs that foreign employees are doing and Liberians are even doing, they will pay foreigners high money or higher paid than Liberians who are doing the same kind of job. And it's good that he has said that they will carry an audit. The minister said that in 2024, when they took over, a total number of work permit issued under his leadership amounted to 2,484 and not 8,000. But I'm asking, when he was there at the level of the Senate, he was responding to 8,000 jobs. What that was dangling on, or the understanding that came of Liberians, that he wasn't answering to the category of jobs that those people who are beginning work permits are in.
It's important for
And he went over and said, no, this is what exactly we'll call you for when we told you to come. And the document you have provided, this is not in the document. And he's saying that most of those permits were renewed, the last ones were renewed. Especially concession areas. ArcelorMittal, Bear Mountain, Firestone Liberia, and the Liberia Agricultural Company, prior to their permit being expired upon. But then where is the decent work at? Because there are jobs, list of jobs that are just reserved for Liberians. And now Liberians are falling victim of this thing. Yes. Road constructions. You will see they will bring jobs that Liberia can do. Concession areas, jobs that Liberians can do, you will see foreign nationals are brought into the country and given those jobs. And to a larger extent, a lot of them bypass this work permit or resident permit issue. Like some of them, with clear analysis, would allegedly don't have work permits. How did they get to those areas? And this thing has been a long time thing with the likes of Firestone, foreign national working to enjoy Liberia doing bad labor practice, Bear Mountain, ArcelorMittal has been a long time issue in this country. And over and again. There have been even allegations that some of them will keep Liberians working for 2 years. They say it's probational period. And Liberians deserve more. Liberians deserve more. And the minister is now saying that he inherited many of work permits that are currently being counted against him. And these were permit issued during the administration before his appointment to the position. But is it that the minister just getting to know this? It's good that he will appear before the Senate again to clarify these things. And I don't know whether the 2,484 jobs and not 8,001 he gave, whether he'll be able to provide the category of this. And the audit process is still going on. There are jobs exclusively for Liberians. Look around you. Ranging from universities, they are graduates, tertiary education, vocational education. They are graduates, time in, time out. And these young people are one way or other just frustrated and have to find themselves doing something else because they can't get a job. Or when they are given the privilege to apply, when they apply, they're not taken. Like one of the experiences I got, they in Nima County, ArcelorMittal. The locals there, the local dwellers there, allege that their children go to take tests to be on the job, all they can fail. They are asking now why only their children can fail, but they will bring other people, they will pass the test. But once they bring a child from the area, they will fail the test. Some of them, they were alleging that some of them were sent for studies outside Liberia. They came back, they were never given the jobs or which they were sent for to go and acquire more knowledge of. And the issue of alien into jobs, foreign into jobs, foreign employees is a serious matter in this country. And it will be addressed. And why the minister is after this issue, he should also be looking at the bad labor practice. This all fall inside. Liberians are suffering the hands of companies, construction companies. Factories Liberians have suffered. Imagine you were here one day, you heard that one of the steel factory iron melted and now melted iron splashed on some of the folks. They were rostering here. The next thing we heard that they come to search, then little or no notice has been heard about them. Another young man got blasted by an oxygen tank again. And some of these, right here in Montgomery County, some of these areas, they don't have PPEs. They're not given protective gears. The area where the folks will be able to use PPEs, protective gears for their eyes, for their head, their feet, you see other foreign nationals using those materials, but Liberians will be the one to wear sneakers, to wear boots, issues that are recommended for such a child. It's happening here. It's happening. It's happening. Be it road construction, be it construction sites, concession areas. It's happening. And these are issues to be looked at. The issue of bad labor practice has now turned to become very common. And the defense that is so much reserved is that they will say government is doing the same thing. So what's about us? Government doing the same thing. What about us? So the day government will upgrade, we will upgrade. So you see, at the detriment. And a lot of the Liberians' lives have been cut short. I saw a young man with the King George area. He had to go underground. He said that they are the ones who can carry the tank on the ground. They spray the wall on the ground so that they don't cave in. So how the whole chemical to carry on? And you have to go underground. Imagine 2 hours go underground. 2 hours driving out. It's not a short distance. That's very long. And that young man, because of staying too long over time, he fell. He got stroke. One side of the body paralyzed. And why he was requesting, just imagine at the time the man is working on such a job, he is a contractor. He's not an employee. You see some of the things? But when you ask them now, they'll say, everybody employed. But they will bring the foreigners and employ those people, but Liberians will be contractors. How come? What the hell? Someone will be contracted for 2 years. You go on probation for 2 years because they put it there. They don't want to pay you good, so that anytime they want to lay you off. You're a contractor. When the term expires, they lay you off. Or if it doesn't expire, they still lay you off. They don't care about that. They don't care about you. Liberians. I saw a young man at Kiva Rosses County. A Chinese company there brought him to GFK, left him there. That young man, arm got grind by the dread. And they brought him at GFK, and that was all they left. Liberians are really suffering. Liberians are suffering. Go see the loggers. Power source have amputated the legs, the hands of Liberians, and they get no benefit because they are contractors on the jobs. They are not employed. Go to the coal mine. When you die, it's a shower break. Liberians are the one doing the risky jobs. Imagine a young man had such a terrible experience, and the telling him, if you come out and sign your contract, then we're going to lay you all over 20%. The man fell on the job. They didn't think about how to resuscitate him to get into normal status. But it's saying, come, they don't know what happened to him. He's supposed to go on. And Councillor Kubakra has said this, that they have observed a alarming trend within employers misrepresent the actual job roles for employees to the work permit applications, and that they are going to present the approved work permit application for alien workers and the list of Liberian workers and their job titles and a full roster of alien employees, and they are assigned positions. So it means I would never knew this. So they said that when I'm going to call him, it wasn't going to happen. You see, like we said, this country is dying slowly. Well, you know what? The leaders have failed to inform the citizens or to educate them. So they die and they are happy. It is a pleasure between them. They take pleasure and they see like brother died. Because they want you to die and they protect their ass. Because if you don't inform the person, you don't educate them, you put them in danger. They involve those things that get a life cut short. But these things are overlooked. We're talking about Liberia labor law must align with the global labor standard set by ILO. Are you even looking after the jobs that Liberians are doing here? You get one foreigner or an alien who is a store, and you prioritize him over the Liberian. Even the payment, you pay the man who is doing the hard work lesser money, the person who is doing lesser work, you pay them more money. And these are issues. And when these complaints of bad labor practice reach a level of the labor ministry, no attention is paid. I said it. I want to say this again. Imagine the folks that were to the Palm Spring. Send that case, went to court. Up to now, the labor ministry have not even made Palm Spring, who was called formerly Palm Springs, now called it, have not even made them to adhere to the ruling of the court that those workers they told them to pay, they have not paid those people up to today's date. We want the labor law to align, with the global labor standard. But we see things with our eyes, we see things with reality. We don't conform to ourselves in making sure that they work out good for the citizens. And the thing is, it's not because that's a family. You are doing it for Liberia. If a Liberian man get justice today and be paid justly, his family get food on the table. He is able to send his children to school. Let me talk to Councillor Jala. He's on the line and he'll weigh in this afternoon. Councillor, good afternoon.
Okay.
Councillor, good afternoon. You're live on the radio.
I worked with the Ministry of Labor and Schools before they were separated, and I changed DO2 in 1974. Therefore, it's nothing new. The problem is our people. Now, even if somebody applies for work permit, I don't know way back, these are equal, some people to investigate, one move to the management to find out exactly what is the actual function of the person. You cannot rely on what the applicant says. So there's nothing new to cover. It's all about us as a people. It depends on what we have in our minds. If we have our country at heart, we'll do the right thing. But if we think of get money, we'll do the wrong thing and have come to suffer, our people suffer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Jala. And he said it right. If we don't do the right thing, our people will suffer. They will be the ones suffering. The alien will come, they count their money. Our people will suffer. You say, you are working, or you doing with money. But then he on the street or he begging. Imagine somebody who are working and somebody begging me because you were there to be able to make those people to benefit from what they were duly just to benefit from. You never did it. They are Liberians, my people. They are Liberians. Like he said, it's not new. Why are we making it new today? Why are we making it new today? Why are we making it look new today? Why? We're making it look a thing new today. Like it's just something new. Now you're talking about they had to audit. So it means that it wasn't going to come up. The Ministry of Labor wasn't going to audit anything. Is that what you're telling me? Is that why you're telling me? That if this thing wasn't going to reach this level, the Ministry of Labor, Owner Council of Kupo Cry were not going to audit to see. And the council said, people go on inspecting to find these things to inspect. Go there. Now they go there, go to when you go there, you got a money making thing, you got a force, they don't want to be exposed, and that's what happened with companies. Imagine when the people get mining inspectors going, people go and say, you go hard, or you go hard the yellow machine. What's about the human beings? They don't say they're coming to the go hard yourself because they don't want to be exposed. And this thing has been over and again. And I'm asking now, Councillor Kupo Cry appeared before the Senate. He was responding to 8,000 work permits to foreigners. And he said some of them were non-African, some of them not Africans, and all that. But now he's saying that he never issued 8,000 work permits, 2,484. So it's now time that he know that he has gone to review these things. It's now time that we know that we have to order these things there. Hey, my people. And what is more pinning here is that he's saying that we should conform Liberian labor law to allow with the global labor standard set by the ILO. Is it now that we're going to know? Like Councillor Jara is saying, this is not new? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Our people, they are just the cause of Liberian suffering. They do the thing, I say, they just get to know these things. These things are just issues that are coming up just now. And Liberia. Yeah. I want to say thanks for joining me today. And like I said to you, Liberia today will be, understand, to be voted among other nations. But I want to hear from Liberia. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? If you were there today, will you vote Liberia yes? Will you vote Liberia yes? And a lot of other, they are there. And this thing, just imagine, just by Liberian being elected today, for the 2 years of which the folks are now completing the second year, the election of Sierra Leone. So by 26, 27, Liberia now will be serving there on a non-permanent position. And this will allow for a closer collaboration with major powers, emerging economies. It will open doors for greater development of Liberian assistance, investment, influence over the craft of international mandates, many of which Liberia should be benefited from. Yeah? This is serious. If you were the one, what would you say? What would be your vote? If you were the one, I'm going to ask Liberia this afternoon. I want to hear from you. If you were the one to vote for Liberia on a non-permanent seat, yes, why yes? No, why no? I want to hear from you today, Liberia. Or you want to speak to the issue we talk about, you can speak to that. Let me say thank you this afternoon. This is our major focus now, and I'm of the strongest conviction before today ends, we will be smiling and dancing. And as a matter of fact, I get a report that there was a press statement given out today that there will be a celebration today held by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on today. So Liberia are all geared. A lot of Liberians are optimistic that we will win this thing here today. But what's your say? Who will you vote for? Will you vote yes or no? Let me say many thanks to all of you joining me live. Thanks to you, Abu Soare, Patrick, August Flomo, and Johnsonville, you joining me. Denua and Jerry, he said, from Zogui, Nima County, District 3, thank you for joining me live. I also ask you to share the video and allow others. Emmanuel Mempa, he say from Soklin, Emmanuel Mempa, and Elijah D. Flumo, thank you. And J. Vavi S. Morrison, he said, I'm Justice Vavi Successful Morrison joining you near Sasto. Africa must unite in order to make a great continent. And Emmanuel Tamba, thank you. And Vavi is giving the nomenclature of Africa as one of five, what it means. I want to say thank to you. Abu Sware, Fred Zakpa is watching from Tinga Village. Thank you, Fred. And Noah Lepolu said, I'm joining you today, this afternoon. Thanks for the show. Following you from my, let me get the location right, Johnsonville. Yeah, Johnsonville Turning Point. Thank you this afternoon. You can share the video and invite others to join you. Buster Tito said, I'm from Morovia, Greater Liberia. And let me say good afternoon to you. Askaya Tamba Bwema Fayombo said, Tupuru, I'm joining you today. And Tara Stiako Akatara Fire said, this is the best lunchtime show. Thank you. Congratulations in advance to Liberia for United Nations Security Council seat. I'm following you closely this afternoon. I'm going to go to the lines. Today you must do your own voting too. Let's see what really you want to see. And let's see whether the 50% is given by the Afro-Barometer and see what's going to happen there. Whether this is true. All a year from Liberians. Councillor Augusta S. Hali, he said, I'm following you today from the VOA community. A road precisely to 6 this afternoon. Thanks for the show. And Fomba OK Kai said, Grand Kibao County, Jenny Liberia Town, I'm joining you today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's important. And 0775 919 919 080 919 919 are the numbers. And now you can call to be a part. Romeo following from Grand Gila County. Thank you, Romeo. Grand Kimon County there. I want you to, those of you online, I will not get to the line. You can also place your vote online so that we can see that. If you vote for Liberia, say yes. And you can vote online. Those of you listening to me, you can also place your vote online. And Lawrence Sagashas, Augustine Sagashas, Winston, the Capitol Hill, Emmanuel Tamba, Elijah Flomo, all of you join us. You can go online. You can also place your vote online. This afternoon, we'll open the lines for you, all of you voting for Liberia. And if you're voting for Liberia, say yes, and you call the line. Those of you on the line will vote online. If you on live with us, you can also place in your vote this afternoon. Let's take a short break here, and we'll come back and go straight to the lines.
Support from the rest of the global community that are here. You see the thing? Look here. When Sierra Leone got their polls years back, they got 184 countries voting for them. I'm not having any of that. I will raise similar figure or even more. Zero. We may reach there or more.
Minister Pia, thank you.
Your country is respected, Clarence. You gotta be proud of being a Liberian. This country that you call Liberia, heavily respected. I'm still here.
Let's be young and the old, the rich and the poor. Let's put Liberia first in all that we do. This to the young and the old, the rich and the poor. Let's put Liberia first. I'm begging you. God has blessed this land with natural resources. Yeah, let us use it well. From the east to the west to the north and the south, empower yourself. This glorious land of liberty shall ever be ours. It doesn't matter what tribe or race you belong. We are all one people. Whether you can see by some
is crying upon. And let me say this: you can also go online if you're voting Liberia for United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat. Say yes. If you say yes, go online and vote here this afternoon. I'm going to be online. Let me say something, Mr. President. this door couple thing here, this door couple thing is long overdue. Door couple, the man whose degree was revoked at the level of the Universal Liberia. And imagine, because of that, at 8 person got dismissed. They got fired. Why is he keeping door couple? Is this some of the commitment he made to former Senator Prince Johnson? Why was somebody who is fighting to flawlessly get a degree and is being hooked up and the degree is being revoked and we still keeping him on the job? Why? Mr. President, door couple is long overdue. And let me say this. It's a warning to the officers from Zone 5. The officers from Zone 5, their behavior is becoming unbecoming. And today I'm saying it generally, but tomorrow I'll be calling names. I'll be calling names. And what is more disgraceful is that some of those officers are arm carriers, getting drunk. They are arm carriers, smoking profusely like the lantern chimney. They smoke a lot. They drink a lot. You carry on there, someone that's so temperamental. That warning. I'm saying Zone 5 as a whole. I'm not saying there are not good officers there. They are well-deserved officers, very much good officers at that level. But let me say, I'm saying it publicly today, the whole Zone 5, from the top to the bottom, because tomorrow I'm going to call names. This is going to add a disgraceful. That I will say to the National Police, these Zone and devil should be all in muster. You see the officer looking there, the other is coming to kill you something. Okay. I warn to you people. Because some of the actions are unbecoming. You drink now, you get drunk, you carry arm, you just lose. You just misbehave. And you thinking that because the government like give you arm, so you get drunk, you misbehave in front of you. Okay, just wait. One day you see yourself putting jail, take that arm from you, I tell you know that you also control yourself in the right manner. Let me talk to my first caller here. Please, Liberians, we'll go straight to the vote. Please, Paul T. Sally, watching from Rehab Drive behind Kidija, I said to you, 18 man 18, what is the meaning of this? I said yes. For Liberia, the non-permanent seat, say yes, Liberia must, okay. Ambassador P. can say yes, or you say no. That's what I want from you. Let me talk to the first person in line here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
This is Shama G. from Broadway. This is 17. Let me say good afternoon to SRSA person Baka. So let me appreciate you for the discussion. If I had a right to vote, I'm going to vote Liberia 1 million times. So,
hey, my man, why are they dating? Why are not dating here? Say yes or no. Why are you hey, yes. Don't forget about that. Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, if you're voting today, where are you?
Thank you, and going for executive service was on the country. I vote, my vote, what if I say, I believe I'll today.
Okay. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Security Detail. I'm calling from Topo Village. Yes, I'm going to be for the person to win out and
so you don't know the thing you agree for. I don't understand that, man. Our opponent, what are doing in the country? Say yes if you support Liberia. Yes, then you can say for that something. For one something, we can't tell Liberia. Jesus Christ, it's pathetic. Good afternoon. Go ahead, John Mora. Do you support Liberia?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
You are taking all their aim. You are trying for Nigeria to keep the speaking nation in the country and say yes.
Yes, don't talk all that thing. Hey, just go straight. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
I say yes.
Yes, that's all I want. Good afternoon.
Yeah, we are not Gabriel Kondo from the Sokoke Bill.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah, now by the grace of God, we will yes, we will.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Nigeria.
Yes. Good afternoon. Okay. And let's be clear. And I'm so disappointed on our caller. He said, I support Liberia for that something. What kind of something Liberia on? So you don't know what happening today? You don't know? Jesus Christ. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead. I said, go ahead. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, say yes. Good afternoon, Liberia, at the non-permanent position of the United Nations Security Council.
Yes.
What's your name? What's your name? Okay, now all I want from you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to calling from Johnsonville. Yes, I support it.
Yes, you support it. And I'm seeing Bernard Brighter Benson said, I vote yes for Liberia. Good afternoon, go ahead.
My name is calling about this. I'm calling for the shopping for 25 everyone. I say yes to Liberia.
Yes. And Daniel Zhao said, yes, Liberia must. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. I'm Nathan. How you doing?
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm supporting 100%.
Okay, yes, Liberia. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Yes, and Garcia we said, Mr. Va, yes. And if you online with me, just type yes, just say yes, yes to Liberia. If you are online with me on cool Facebook, just say yes. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my great people. I'm here in General Stretch, I say 100% yes.
Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
I say yes, 2 times. Yes.
Yes, and Dennis T. Gaia said yes to Liberia. Yes. T. Nathan Tengbe and said yes.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello. I was doing people. I heard the people are calling for Tupo Village. I voted yes.
Yes, for Tupo Village. And Chala said yes. Richard Dawes, Andrew said yes to Liberia. Good afternoon. Yes, Otello Grisper said yes. Calvin Peter Taman said yes to Liberia. Yes to Liberia. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is Winston M. Biande from Tupo Road. Yes, Liberia are soliciting votes at a non-permanent seat. My vote is yes.
Yes, thank you. And Perito said yes.
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I said yes to my great Liberian country. Yes.
Yes, and Himo said perhaps, I don't know, perhaps no, perhaps what, I don't know what he means by perhaps, but he must clarify that he is the author of his own words, perhaps. Manji Barco said yes to my Liberia. If you're online with me, just go to Cool on Facebook, KOL at the search handle, just type in yes. We are live currently on the show. Just say yes in support of Liberia position at the United Nations Security Council, non-permanent bid, and Lawson Gustin Sagacious Wisdom say yes, and Omar Christensen say yes, and yes, Mahawa Son said we're getting there. Okay, and good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. What is? The country, our leaders better change their way and focus on the citizens here. I'm pretty sure we are looking for in the country. Because we're not educated children. I see what problem. Imagine, like some Liberians don't even understand yet why we're going to get credit in our phone because they have some of that thing. That bro get that thing. That bro get that something, man. What kind of something? And you take it for a joke. And I said the last time, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. It's in the Bible. The thing are in the man's heart. Anything in your heart, you're talking about. Because they are not taught Liberians to be the first country. You were born first as a Liberian. They were not taught. They are not taught such. So at the end result, they don't take it serious. They don't. This country, Liberia, it's important for us. This is important. And I just love to reiterate some of the things. Let me tell you something. Liberia, sit at the table, it will deepen our diplomatic ties, our diplomatic relationships, where countries will now trust us economically to partner with Liberia. Because Liberia will be at a position where they can say, I'm beginning to settle. We are not at a level there, right? But we are African. We are a country in the world. These are issues we are also a part of. We can also push our case at that level. It will put Liberia at this point. And it will allow Liberia to have a closer collaboration with major powers, the emerging economies. People don't talking about people come here get money out go and we're talking about resources being depleted by other countries. Other countries will join us and say, yeah. But now we to the place we're talking about ourselves, because how powerful are we to talk to issues? And it will open doors for greater development of Liberia. Developmental assistance, investment, influence over crafting international mandates. Imagine we set to craft documents that will affect other countries. And many of these things directly affect Liberia. And I usually, from the beginning, this thing I said to you from the beginning, that while you are helping others, the potential to help yourself will be there. You see? You saw peacekeeping to sanction, for conflict prevention to post-conflict recovery. The issues deliberated by the Security Council, they often touch Liberia regional interest. So having a direct voice, imagine we were sending peacekeepers back in the days, Congo, serving on large table, bringing international organizations to being the African Union, the OAU, the formerly OAU, the ECOWAS, United Nations, as a matter of fact. We were apart. But look at us. We were making sanction king on Liberia. Sanction say yes, on some people. But sanction was here on a greater scale to the days of Charles Taylor. We were now preventing conflict. We came to a point we began a post-conflict recovery country. And these are issues that every time they talk about them, they talk about, and these things affect us or has affected us. So if we have the privilege to set that level, among those making decisions, issues that will affect, that will concern ECOWAS, will be having a voice. Issues that will have even on the NRU will have a voice. We will even have a louder voice on our table or among our colleagues here. So some people should be, and domestically, they bid to serve as a national pride. Liberia being winning this bid. And it will strengthen our international ties. It will offer a sense of renewed sense and purpose for Liberia diplomatic clubs. You saw past regime, you saw some of our passports were given, diplomatic passport given to people who were held for crimes, money laundering. also issues. Our passports or our identity was seen other countries' nationals. But if we come to the position now, we will be at a position where we can say this is an issue that we can fight. So anybody now, people that will do that bad thing, you get our passport, you want to get it, you tell them, go arrest you. And anybody that will come here, Liberian men, they put in the position you steal. Someone will put in Boni cartoon. They cross the road, you go on and say, we'll be having the power to say, you listen, I'm back here. You'll say you back. That same day you come back. Because we have a voice. So that will benefit for Liberia. If you online with me, I could say yes to Liberia election at a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council today. If you're on the line, if you support this, say yes. Let me talk to this caller here. Good afternoon. You're serious. Street and the children don't call no. Don't call no. 0775-919-919 0880-919-919 are the numbers. And let me say okay, Aloysius, Mark Christensen, Vavle V. Kamara said yes, this is Vavle, right? Decon T. Kidio said yes, Mama Liberia. Victoria, let me get it right. Victoria Yaba said yes, Liberia. Ruben Womi said yes, and thanks for your concern and your vote. Honorable Payson said I'm following, yes to Liberia. Vatike Slocum said yes to Liberia. Vivian Talibo said yes. Winston Waba said yes. Sabato Wan said yes. He said think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. And Kamara said yes. Samuel Jerome said yes. John Ifoi said yes 100%. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mac. Are you hearing me?
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon, Mac. Thank you very much for the show. Said yes, and I wish that Lablo win the non-permanent seat today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I need a clear about calling for specialist Qatar. In Liberia, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, my name is Greg. I'm saying yes.
Say yes. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I'm Thomas Michael calling for reader. That's right, yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, what are you going to give us to? My name is Peter. You're calling me. I remember saying, show me the thing about food. Yeah, I want to know if you're going to.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. My name is always being there. They're calling for the Omega Girls. I say yes for Nigeria.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Laksana calling from Timber Village. I say yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I say yes to Liberia 100%. I said.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, most of the study calling from 72nd. I say yes to Liberia.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Kinyam calling for people. I don't care. Yes to Liberia.
Go ahead. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let me read this text I'm seeing here. Jeremy Thompson said, in a country devoid of great ideas and focus, a useless United Nations Security Council seat has taken a great national achievement. I come to you, Yahweh Small. Eric Ponde is pinning unsubstantiated benefits that could come from being, let me read this text, from unsubstantiated benefits. Okay. Thank you. He said unsubstantiated benefits that could come from being a United Nations Security Council. Being on the United Nations Security Council could be dangerous for Liberia, as we will be bullied into voting against the general trend only to support a particular superpower. Be careful. Okay, that you. So we got one vote against online. Noah Lepudu said yes, Liberia must. Let me talk to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Julius Kwano. I will vote no. Because we couldn't control our own legislative parties and most of them.
Yeah, you say no. All right. Yeah, no. I mean, support it. Moses Moga said yes for Liberia. So out of the whole 100%, we got 2% saying no, 98%. Let me just take the final call here. Good afternoon. Yeah. So we have about 2% out of the whole. Okay, let me squeeze in this one. Maybe this person is going to say no. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nye. My name is Joseph B. Nina, and I come from Lambert. I say yes to Liberia.
Yes to Liberia, Mr. Bennett. Thanks to all of you. We're going to hold it there. We're going to hold it at time. I've covered up this afternoon. So it's cleansing. Melvin Brooks, Liberia, yes. But we got 2 persons, one on call, one online. One Jeremy said no. It's a Liberia at our seat. We'll be dangerous. We want to be bold to support a particular superpower, so be careful. Okay, but thanks for your views. It's important, and you see, these things are very important to understand the thinking of Liberians. Yeah, everybody want to just be one side, so everybody they're also entitled to their opinion and views. So the 2 persons who said, even those who said yes, you also entitled that. Peterson and Yante Jr. say yes, Liberia. But it's so wonderful. Thanks to all of you having your time, your comments, your calls here today, and we say many thanks to all of you who were with us on today. So out of the whole 100%, 2% say no. They feel that it can be, we should not. But 98% of the who said yes, Liberia should be given the privilege to sit at that non-permanent seat. And just to announce to you, this is not our first time. In the system, we were there. You heard about Angie Brooks Randall. Yeah, we were there. And those were times that we had our voice across Africa and across the world. And we were the progenitor or the making, we were there in making that other countries come to being, to gain independence, because we were seated at that position upon. But how we managed to lose out, but it is. But the fact that we can rise up such a position with our past histories, and we can rise up there, we can also be a case study to other countries, and we can learn, and we can teach them what we have learned to triumph over our troubles and our problems. We can coexist as citizens here in Liberia. It's been so great. Thanks to all of you up on. But before I go, Mr. President, please, it's long overdue. Dog Cooper need to go for now. And Talk about working. Contaminated product are just coming in the bread market. Rotten meat, rotten chicken, all things just coming out. For what? And soon 5, this time the officer that will be behaving recklessly will bring you here. We can be telling other officers there from different students and temple and more already here to be reckless. We see other officers, they are drunkards, they are smokers, and not just drinking and smoking, right? Yeah, not just drinking, don't get me wrong. There are some people who are happy that they can drink, they can smoke. That one I right. But the more important thing is that their behavior. When they drink, they're feeling loose in their mind, and more importantly, some of them aren't curious. It's too things about society. You saw how many rare one man went, shot a boy, the next thing and shot himself in the palm. You see that? You see that's how tenure it is. Please, my people, we expect our officers, because we can't be going all those positions, then we still be behaving some kind of way. No. We say the officers ain't really. They can cut their shot, they cut the kinju. Another 5, I mean 5 in the place they can say the kinju. So when they get past there 2 times, they set for the D. Then where the zone is, that will coordinate all of the depots around to see officer there behaving that way, or you be looking some kind of way. No. Tomorrow is a warning. Tomorrow we'll start calling names. I'm talking so serious. If you know what I know, go in your closet and change your ways. Sakando and I'm Nathaniel. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Everybody share it, carry no time for trouble. Let's sing it. The vision, the